If you've ever tried to imagine what life would be like without cars, you know it's almost impossible to picture. In fact, if we did live in such a world, many of us wouldn't survive. How many people do you know who are dependent on cars to get them to work every day? How would they get there? Cars are such an integral part of our lives that it's hard to even imagine how our lives would function without them. But it may not always be the case. The first automobiles were developed in the late 1800s and quickly became a way for people to get around. The invention of the car allowed people to commute to work or travel long distances, which had previously been impossible. Cars changed the way we live by allowing us to go from place to place on our own time and as we please. Without cars, driving would take up an enormous amount of our time and force us into an inconvenient life of public transportation. It's hard to imagine life without cars. Cars have been around for a long time and made our lives easier. The typical American spends more than an hour on their commute every day, but with a car it only takes 10 minutes. They've made us more mobile, and we use them for everything from picking up groceries to hauling stuff for the home renovation project we're tackling. It would be unthinkable to live in such a world. I don't know how I would get anything done. Cars have given us the freedom to go wherever we want, whenever we want. Without them, we would be stuck in one place and unable to see the world. They allow us to explore new places and meet people from all walks of life. And many people love their independence of being able to drive themselves around. Since the first car was invented in 1885, the number of vehicles has steadily increased. As a result, traffic congestion has become one of the most pressing issues in cities around the world. In addition to congesting roads and contributing to global warming, cars also have a detrimental effect on our health, since they emit harmful substances such as carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide into the atmosphere. Cars are such an ingrained part of our society that it's hard to imagine life without them. For example, if we didn't have cars, how would we get around and how would deliveries be made to stores and homes? How would people go on vacation? And what about emergencies like fires or natural disasters when people need to be evacuated quickly from their homes? Cars are so much a part of our lives that it's hard to imagine how different things might be. We spend a lot of time in our cars, commuting, running errands, and going on road trips. Imagine how much more peaceful life would be if we didn't have to worry about traffic jams and car accidents. I love the idea of a car-free world. In a world without cars, people would have to find other ways to get around. This could be done through walking or biking. If the person is too far away, they can call a taxi or an Uber. They might also have some type of device that could help them get where they need to go. Cars are a staple in American society. They are an important part of our economy and culture. However, the negative impacts they have on our health, the environment, and society make them something we should rethink. People who live near highways or those who work near highways often experience high levels of noise pollution. This can cause hearing loss, stress, and sleep disturbances. According to the Environmental Protection Agency (EPA), burning gasoline emits greenhouse gases which contribute to climate change and poor air quality. Cars have become a staple of modern life. We rely on them to get around and they are so ingrained in our culture that it seems impossible to imagine a world without any. But if we could go back in time, would there be a need for them at all? If you love being able to take a nice drive on the weekends, or if you love the convenience of driving to work and not having to rely on public transportation, then this post probably won't interest you. For me though, I can't imagine living in a world with cars. Life would be so much simpler if we didn't have to worry about traffic jams and traffic accidents that happen all too often.